necessary buffer between a residential neighborhood and a commercial area. But as John pointed out, the interior of this particular facility is phenomenal. It's a beautiful, beautiful home for these people. And as I said then, and I'll say it now, we welcome them to our community. If you recall, the board waived the fees. It's a nonprofit agency which built it and operated. There was a lot of federal money and state money involved in the building of the facility. And I think it's going to be an asset to the community, and I think the residents that are going to live there are really going to enjoy living in North Reading. We look forward to having them there. What a great facility. Okay, Mr. Murphy, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, a couple of things. Members have received a copy of the liaison assignments for the current year that we're involved in. We tried to grant as many requests as possible. I think everybody was pretty well satisfied with the liaison assignments. The town administrator will have it and will provide it to anybody who wants it. And I hope that we would notify the appropriate boards, committees, and commissions as to who the liaisons are. The other thing is to remind the members, we asked at the last meeting that the membership provide a list of goals and objectives through the town administrator's office to me, so we can pull them together and talk about it on the 18th. As far as our goals and objectives that we want to see for ourselves and for the town administrator. So if you get that in by on Wednesday, that'd be great. That'll give us time. Yeah, Mr. Rowe.
I thought there was an evaluation form.
No, we're not talking the evaluation. We're talking about it. We talked about evaluations of the town administrator previously, but if you recall the last meeting, so before we can evaluate him, we should be establishing some goals and objectives for him to meet.
I know, but my question was, and it still is there an evaluation form?
There is not a formal evaluation form for the town administrator at this particular time. We have, I think the last time it was used was, I don't know,
2-3 years ago. Maybe the first year you were back on.
I don't even, not even since I was on, so
Okay.
It's been at least 4 years. It hasn't been 4 years since it's been utilized, so I'm not.
We don't have that form anymore.
My guess is we have a copy of that
I gave you,
form.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a copy of that form. We also had some other forms that we were going to take a look at and see if we could come up with a better widget.
Can we get all of those copies then, so we can look at them?
Yeah, my intention is to develop a form for the evaluation of the town administrator's job performance. But one of the criteria which is necessary to evaluate him, I believe, is for the board to establish some goals and objectives for the individual holding the position, and then hold them accountable to how we're doing.
But can we have copies of the forms that already exist?
If you'd like, sure. We'll have to provide that to you. No problem. In the meantime, membership, if you could get your goals and objectives, Mr. Muldoon submitted his this evening to the town administrator by Wednesday, so that'll give us 10 or 12 days to pull it all together and put together a whole list of what the individual members are, and I'm sure we're going to find some common themes, and then we'll discuss it on the 18th, our meeting on the 18th. Additionally, Mr. Rowe, if you want to bring up again the annual Firefighters Memorial Sunday, that's when, the 10th?
Yes. It's at 8. Well, I believe they're leaving the station at 8 o'clock sharp, and they leave at 8. So anybody wishing to go, their families be there at 8. They go down to the 5 vehicles. They go down to the Riverside Cemetery. They have a ceremony.
So they don't, Mr. Muldoon doesn't have to march. Well, he's going to march.
No.
Yeah, he's going
He's
to
going to march.
I'll march.
Well, he can march to
He
make
can.
up if he wants.
He has to.
They have a ceremony there, then they come back to the fire station. They have a brief ceremony at the fire station, and I believe they still, I'm not sure if they're going to the third meeting house or they're going to the school cafeteria, but they go someplace
Yeah.
for breakfast after.
The announcement said the school.
Did it say?
Yeah,
it's at the back.
Yeah, it did say school there.
Right. But I just wanted to remind people of that and the members of the board that if you're going to be available, it's on Sunday the 10th. And just to reiterate, echo Mr. Vino's sentiments in relation to the Minute Militia. They did a great job of pulling that parade together, and it's a nice ceremony, and it's a nice day. Unfortunately, the weather did hold out for us, so it was good. We have tonight the chairperson of the school committee with us. What I was intending on doing is sitting down with Mrs. Colella and setting up a time frame where we could at some point sit down with the school committee, the finance committee, to discuss exactly what we were talking about earlier in relation to where we're at in relation to our building project proposals, and also where we're at in relation to our budgets and how we're going to handle it going forward in the coming months, and trying to work out some prioritization of things and anticipating the revenue streams and taking an early look at where we're going to be. So I know you've been working on some other stopgap measures. You have, in relation to the housing of our student population. Not a pleasant task. Wish you the best. I don't know, did you have any comments or anything you'd like to bring forward this evening? Just here
I'd
to...
be happy to share a calendar with you at a later date.
Okay, this week probably, we'll sit down and see if we can work out a, and again, if you can get the information in relation to when people are going to be away, so we can maximize the number of people that can be here, that would be good. Additionally, I would hope that FUMP would also reconvene in the not-too-distant future to reassess our position in relation to long-term planning for the facilities needs of the community, just to see where we're at. And again, we'll have to, at some point, I believe, take our cues from the school department in relation to the school needs, and what direction they want to follow at that particular junction. And Mr.
Alon, are we going to be going over the financial statement from the...
What is Mr. Hickston coming in?
He is coming in on the, oh, quickly, I think it's the 18th.
The 18th?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's in relation to the audit.
Right,
Right.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, the only other thing was, just take a look at the library on the Park Street side, Mr. Younger. Had a couple of comments in relation to the condition of the lawn area and flowering plants that aren't flowering, I guess, and a few other things. And I noticed the sign down there has been painted again. I don't know who did that.
Which one?
I think the one in front of the library, wasn't it redone?
Yeah, the front ones are done, yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Good. Yeah, because that was
good.
getting...
Yeah, it looks good. That was,
Okay. I'll check into the landscaping issue there.
Okay, and just as an update, the Hillview Commission recommended the signing of a contract. Town administrator has signed a contract to start work on the major facility, the function hall facility at the Hillview. We're going to have windows, doors, siding updated and placed, and some major structural work done to that particular facility. Expect the kickoff meeting will be this week, and the contract has been signed, and so you'll see a lot of activity taking place at the facility. Additionally, I just want to bring the board up to speed. There was a significant amount of ice damage on the course over the winter time and spring, because a lot of melting and then freezing, and that hurt a lot of the greens. The commission has prioritized the repair of it. Everything's been pretty much up to date. The first hole was open this week, the 17th hole, which was totally lost, which was right on North Street, in case you didn't notice it. We had to tear it all up. That was reopened 2 weeks ago. So everything's back on course in relation to the course. I don't know if there are any more temporary greens or anything like that going, but the course did take a significant hit in relation to some damage, and it has been addressed. But in relation to that, we've also had to expend a considerable amount of money addressing those issues. And there has been a significant drop in revenue this particular fiscal year. Not going to adversely impact the operations, but we certainly have enough retained earnings to keep operating.
Just a curiosity question,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. What are we spending on the building? Is that...
Contract was, I believe, $143,000.
Yeah.
But the bids came in from anywhere from 143, which was the lowest qualified bidder, and again, the commission took Mrs. Chevry, our operations manager, did a significant amount of research as far as checking the references and all the rest.
Oh, I'm not questioning.
Yeah,
I
but
was
the other
curious
bid, the
to the
highest
amount.
bid was up at $465,000, so it ran the whole gamut. We had like 2 or 3 between 143 and maybe around 200,000, and then we had 3 up in the $350,000 to $450,000 range. So it's obviously the economy is maybe changing a little bit, but there's still a lot of people out there who are bidding on it. They figure if they're going to make the score, they're going to they'll take the contract. But we were amazed at
The range.
well, at first, when we got the low bidder in, we were extremely concerned as to whether or not they could do it at that particular price. But checking the references, we had to engage the services of an engineering firm to assist us in the bid specifications, had them go back over the bid specifications, price everything out again, and see if they could do it, and came in they could. They've got a performance bond posted, and we're looking forward to the improvements. And fortunate that it came in lower than we anticipated.
Mr. Rob?
A little late on our count, right?
Well, that's at least kind of one. We have to do it at least by 8 o'clock. Right. That's it. So now we have item number 4, which is hearing on the carnival permit for the 4th of July Committee of Ipswich River Park. Notice of public hearing in accordance with the general bylaws of the town of North Reading, section 7.12. The Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing in room 14, Town Hall, 235 North Street, on Monday, June 4th, 2001, at 8 p.m. on the application of North Reading 4th of July Committee to sponsor a festival at Ipswich River Park on July 3rd and 4th, 2001. 4th of July Committee has made the application with Mr. Pierce being the chairperson. And we also have reports from building inspector. Permits have been issued. The Board of Health just says that the food permits have to be submitted in order to sell your fried dough, cotton candy. Planning administrator has no issues, everything is fine there. Same with conservation. And fire department, again, permits will not be issued until mid-June, due to there being a maximum time to permit. And all necessary permits to be secured prior to events. This is an annual thing they go through. And again, Chief of Police indicated that there's 4th of July Committee has been coordinating and maintaining this function, including a carnival, successfully for the past several years. And they should be congratulated for their hard work. Last year, the event took place at Ipswich River Park, a site which the police department views as a secured area. The event was a success and ran very well. Roads were either closed or restricted. Pedestrians were transported via bus, and police officers were stationed at various locations. We had no bad situations or serious incidents while the event was in progress. The suggestion would be that the police department maintains that level of communications. He has assigned Safety Officer Scott Tilton to the task of coordinating with himself and the committee on manpower levels, traffic, road closing, signs, and any other safety issues. The police department would have no objection to issuing the permit. That's respectfully submitted. Lieutenant J. Cornell. All right, Mr. Pierce.
Yes, we've been working all year to get this event ready for you, for everybody again this year. We have a number of things that are going to be a little bit different. We haven't, normally I would try to bring you a complete agenda at this meeting, but we don't have it totally printed out yet or filled out yet, because we're putting together some events for the daytime for the children, or for the teenagers actually, the young adults, in the form of some bands that of their own age group. And so we don't have all those lined out yet, so that's one of the reasons we don't have the complete agenda. We will have it within the week though. We have a different ride provider this year. We had a little trouble last year getting a ride provider. This year we forged ahead quite a bit earlier. And we have Bruce Smith Amusements. They're out of New York basically. They also have an office in Massachusetts, and they are going to provide us very high quality rides. Some nice stuff, I think. Just be a year to remember. And of course our fireworks displays, we work on that all year long. It takes us all year long to put that whole thing together with the choreographing, the music, and all the things that go with it. And that's pretty much on its way, ready to go. I don't think again, we do appreciate all the work the police department does for us too. Scott Tilton is very cooperative, and we do coordinate with him this whole process to make sure that safety is our #1 priority. Last year it was quite a project to re-look at the whole situation and to redo all the traffic plans as far as where everybody would go. So we worked out a plan and we put it into place. It worked very well. We will probably duplicate it this year with only a couple of minor changes. And of course, we have our own security people for inside the event as well as in, in some of the parking areas. I don't know if you have any specific questions on it, but we look very much forward